welcome back to the Western Wilds. Today we need to catch up by ploughing the remaining grass field before getting both grass fields limed and reseeded. If there's time, we might even sell the silage made from the grass cut yesterday. Let's get farming. Now, as I said at the end of last episode, we're running a little bit behind on here now. We very much need to try and catch up, get these two fields sorted today. I was kind of hoping that we were gonna get it all fixed so that we would actually be able to have 2 full cuts of the grass before the end of the year. As it stands now, we're a month behind, so that's not going to happen. I am finding out actually that if I want to get a nice straight edge here, just need to run the side of the tractor, the right hand side of the tractor down here, and that's coming out really nice and straight with just, well, pretty much the exact amount of space that I wanted. So I'm very, very happy with that. That's a very nice first row. Gonna get this into reverse, and then we want to do something similar going back the other way. Line it up there. When we're actually going across the field the other way, it's a lot easier just to put the front wheel in the furrow. But coming this way, we've not got quite such a great lead or a great example. So I want to get that grey wheel on our plow running along the edge ideally, and just trying to get ourselves on the 0 degree, and we should then be able to go the whole way up here. Can be a little bit finicky, and yeah, that line's not too bad. Just need to make sure that we stay on it the whole way up this field. I started on this side of the field like this because we have a bit of an angle at the corner here, so it made it a lot easier to sort of make that angle a reality while we were plowing. As we go into the field, what we'll do is pull back a little bit because I don't want to go right to the end. We want to make sure that things are kept fairly straight. And yeah, happy with that. And I'm not going to dwell too long on doing this field and getting this plowed. We did a lot of this yesterday, and as I said, this is stuff that we're behind on. Getting the fields limed and getting them seeded and rolled very much is going to be the focus today. So I'm going to knock this out fairly quickly, get all of this plowing done, and then we can get on to the real meat of the jobs that we need to get done today. Been not too bad a turnaround for this. It is 9:30, so we've been about an hour on it, and I reckon we've got probably 2 rows left to go. So very quick turnaround on this, makes me quite happy. I am wondering if we can extend a little bit further out to the edge. To be honest, I'd quite like the ability to put hedge and stuff down if we really want to. So I'm not going to go beyond the confines of what we've cut here, really. But yeah, this has been good. We're going to have this done by 10 o'clock, and we can start getting on with the liming of these fields and getting them reseeded, which, as I said, is the main aim of what we need to do today. Once we've got that sorted, we will see if we can make a bit more money, see if we can make enough money to actually get the equipment we need to harvest our other fields when they ripen in the not too distant future. They're growing rather nicely, and I reckon by sort of September we're going to be looking at getting a harvest of them, if not sooner. Just the last headland to do to even things up. This down here, we'll pull it out slightly, and then nice straight line across here as much as possible, like so. And then we've got just these little patches to fill in, and I'm quite happy with that. We're pretty straight the whole way along. It goes out a little bit at the far end, and we've got a slightly wider set here, but I'm not too worried about that. And yeah, we have the entire field, or both grass fields now, plowed. And we just need to run over here with the lime quickly. That shouldn't take us too long. And then we can get the actual seeder on here, get more grass in the ground, and have these all turned around. Someone suggested that I get all of the grass under the trees and everything here cut. And to be honest, I don't think it's worth it. It's a bit scraggy. There's not a huge amount of it. And I think we'd just end up doing a whole load of work for not a lot of reward. Just going to back this up here, give this a quick wash, because we are at the moment not going to be using the plow again, at least until after harvest. There we are, all sparkly and clean. Let's jump back in and go and get rid of our plow, and we can get the line spreader, which is already hooked up to the MB tracks, so that's nice and easy. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my plow off here like so, and attach the rollers up here so that when we're ready to get rolling later, this tractor is all ready to go, and we don't have to faff about at all. This is another job that shouldn't take us too long. The spreader spreads a decent width, and this tractor goes fairly quickly. I think we've got a 15-meter spread on it. It's quite a big spread on this, and these are not massive fields. So bring it on, drop us down, turn on the spreader, and away we go. And yeah, we're gonna have to do a bit of an overlap the second time, because we've got to go in and do this slightly wider bit here. And that's why I put that bit of a diagonal on there, because it just makes it easier to get into that section of the field. This here lines up pretty well with the next field across. So what I'm going to do is just stop this here, pull us across the roadway, and start it up again so we don't lime the road. And yeah, there we go. And that will speed things up because we won't have to worry about turning around at the end of the field. Although the 15 mile an hour we're going at this is making the tractor jump around a little bit. It's not great, and as I said before, this is normally something I think I would look at doing before I go and plow a field, rather than have such a bumpy setup later on. Can't do it on here, but that is not too bad. It does have trouble turning around sometimes. Really taxes the tractor. But yeah, look at that. That's doing as it should. And we are nicely liming the field. We've got that corner. We'll bring this in here and head back up the field. And we should have only one more row to get this done. I really don't think we're going to have much use for this lime spreader after we've done these two fields. We probably will have a use for it if we actually manage to expand the farm. We'll end up with more fields that need liming immediately as soon as we buy them. But I'm not expecting to have to re-lime these fields during the course of this series. So that's not something I'm expecting to have to do. I'm also not expecting to ever really use this to do any kind of fertilizer spreading, because we can plant. When we plant, we put solid fertilizer in, and when we we'll put slurry on our fields before we go and do any kind of seeding. So that covers our 2 stages of fertilization. So yeah, definitely not going to need this for that. If we can roll these grass fields and then slurry them, that will be the 2 stages of fertilization on the grass fields. So just doesn't seem to be any time where we will be looking to actually use a fertilizer or a lime spreader going forwards. If any of you guys can think of a reason why we should keep this, let us know in the comments. But otherwise, I think we might want to unload the lime and get it sold. So we'll drop this off next to the trailer, or next to the forage wagon, and then we can hook up our seeder, which is just the other side. Throw that out. Grab this. I don't think this seeder will fit in our shed, unfortunately. Otherwise, I'd have said that's a good place to put it. I think we might want to get a lean-to over the other side. I'm not sure if I can sell the detritus we've got over here. I kind of need to get this out of the way to plant stuff. Although I should say I need to get out of the way to build stuff. Let's get the demolish. No, so I can't move that pile of mess there. That's no good. Our David Brown is still running, and we're not going to be using that for a while. Do we have any seeds in this? I cannot have a look at the moment. Let's open it up. Yes, we got seeds, and we got a little bit of fertilizer. Not much fertilizer in this, I have to say. We will have to see how far it goes. And possibly do a run down to the shop. I don't think no, we didn't bring any back with us. We had seeds up at the shop, and they have been put into our tractor or into our seeder already. So yeah, we'll just go seed this, start getting some fertilizer, or might have to run and grab some fertilizer. But at the moment, this is doing okay. We'll see how far it goes. Gonna do the smaller field first. I'll get this lined up, and I think this will go fairly far. I think this it should at least do the first field. We do have 1,500 pounds, so we can very easily go and buy some more if we need to. Oh wow, this is taking some pulling on this. There we go, up to 8 miles an hour, and we should breeze through this now with this pretty decent piece of kit we've got here. The fertilizer level is going down a bit faster than I would have liked. We're down to 50 liters. So we're using about 20 to 30 liters per row on this. That's not great. That is going to mean that we're going to need to refill probably after not this row, but the next row. So a stop at that point and go and pick up a pallet of fertilizer. Not the end of the world. Not great, but not the end of the world. So we should be able to go and grab that and get back on here fairly quickly. It's not even midday yet, and we're already on to our third job for the day. So we're making good time and losing a little bit of time to go and get that all-important fertilizer is not going to ruin our day by any stretch. It was actually about 35 liters per row, and so we're down to the last 3 to 1 liters. Yeah, there we go. That is out. So we'll stop this here. We'll head up to the shop, and we'll go and get ourselves some more fertilizer. We should be able to get it in the back of the flatbed, so not too worried about that. I keep calling my truck bed a flatbed, and it really isn't. It's a truck bed. It's just, you know, that's what it is. The flatbed might actually be a good idea when we start getting a lot more pallets to deal with. Let's open up the back. There we are. And pop in the shop, and we'll get them to sort us out. So just need a pallet of the solid fertilizer, 1,400 pounds. It's going to take us down to 116 pounds. We really want to get the silage sold today. Loaded up into the back. Can we get... Yeah, we'll get that one on and that one on. That will get them strapped down. And then we'll do the backup. And yeah, it has to go in sideways in this truck because it doesn't fit in across as it normally would. Loading up by single packs took a little bit of time, but we're all good. And yeah, 750 liters of fertilizer should be enough for us to finish. But if we can get the digestate doing a big, or doing half of our work on here, half of our fertilizing all the time, yeah, it's going to save us so much with fertilizer this expensive. Down beside our seeder. There we go. Let's get this loaded up. Oh, no, this way. There we are. And in it goes. All of it into the seeder. So we'll go and get the truck out of the way. And we'll get back to seeding. This really does go to show there was no way we were going to get all of this done yesterday. It is 20 to 1. We've just got the first field finished seeding, and we're now going to start getting it rolling. I'm going to line this up though and set a hired worker doing it. So we'll get this on its line, which is there. Set off a hired worker doing that. Because I would set a hired worker doing the rolling on here, but I'd be fairly scared the David Brown was going to end up in the river if I did that. So instead, we'll take the David Brown and roll it ourselves. The MB track is already on the way back. Get this unfolding. Why is it not responding? We are connected up, aren't we? Yeah. Oh yeah, there it goes. And want to get out of that other tractor's way. So on to the field here. And yeah, that should get that job done fairly neatly. We can then set this on a hired worker on the other field. And all we then need to worry about is getting, getting the silage sold. So once the MB track's free, we can attach that up to our forage wagon. We can fill that up and get a whole load of silage in there. And we can see actually how much silage the two cuts of grass, or the cuts of grass from these two fields actually produced. There's a small problem that's quickly coming to a head that is going to cause us a delay. We have only £19 left to pay our hired worker. We're only 10 minutes into the hour. And yeah, that means we're going to run out of money before that field is fully seeded. I might have to take the MB track off the seeder, go and and go and sell some silage. In fact, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off the roller and go and sell some silage with this. And then we'll be able to get the MB track working again soon. I missed some stones, but that is about to run out of the ability to do stuff. Hired worker is going to stop. Yeah, there we go. Worker stopped unexpectedly, not enough money. So we'll catch up by the end of this field to that. This tractor then won't be doing anything. And as long as we get a little bit of silage processed before the top of the next hour, our delay won't be too bad. So I'm going to leave these rollers at the top end over here in the next field. So I won't bother folding them up or anything because there's no point in doing that. We'll bring them onto here like this, straighten things out so they're in the right position to start. We'll disconnect them, drop them off, and get this back to the farm so that we can get a little bit of silage sold. I don't know when the rain is coming. The rain is the other thing that could very much cause us a problem today. Bring this around here, hook this up to our trailer. And I might as well put a few loads through while I'm here. Unfold, fill it up. It's just gone 1:30, so we'll get this filled. And we've got 41,000 litres of silage plus what we've got in the trailer. So that is 54,000 litres of silage to put through here. Hopefully that will bring us in a decent amount of money. We're after about 50,000. So if we get 50,000 from this silage being processed, we're going to be in good place. So let's deactivate that one and let's activate silage in here. So that will start going. And yet, there we go. 188 litres of electric charge already. Yeah, we can get a few of these in before the hour turns. And then we can get out there and get rolling and get seeding again as soon as that is done. This is actually the last load of silage in here. There's only another 9,000 litres. It's our 4th trailer, so that makes 48,000 litres that we're actually processing through here. We should get it all in this hour. Whether it all gets processed this hour is something else. 8 minutes to get the last 9,000 litres done. I'll be surprised if it processes all this hour, but we'll find out in a moment. As soon as this is emptied, we'll see how much is left in there. This does process stuff through fairly quickly, and it'd be good to have this all done today. And yeah, so it's got 22,000 litres to do, 24,000 litres in, and oh yeah, we've got a good amount of digestate. So in a few minutes, we'll see how much we make, and I'll be very intrigued to see how much money we actually make today. About 30,000 litres of electricity in there, and 17,440 is not great. Yeah, we're still at 13,000 litres. That's not going to be enough money to get a combine. Definitely not enough money to get a combine and trailer. I think we're going to have to sell that lime spreader. I cannot see any way that I can keep that lime spreader and we can make enough money for harvest. Maybe if in a couple of months we got another cut of grass, but even then, that's going to be cutting things so close. I'm now very concerned about harvest and actually getting the crops in on here. We've got only 17,000 at the moment. We are not going to get much more than about another 5,000-6,000. That is not enough for us to actually earn, to actually even get the small combine, let alone the larger of the two old class combines. So I think we're gonna have to cut some more trees down. I think we're gonna have to, yeah, maybe get a few more bits and pieces and get some trees cut and do that. That got us a bit of money last time, enough to get us by. And if we can earn maybe 10 to 20,000 off that, that will give us enough for both a combine and a trailer to come off it. And yeah, and I think we're going to end up with a very classic old class combine on here, because we just simply cannot afford to buy the bigger of the two, which surprises me. I really did think we were going to be better off. As I said, the only other thing that might be the case is if we can get another cut of grass later in the year, maybe with a slightly higher yield, that will give us a good place to be. But we'll see how we go. Looks like our seeder is getting a little bit confused at the top end of this field, though, slightly worryingly. So I might have to take control of that to finish things off here. Yeah, it's got all confused by the tree, so we'll just take over and get this done. I need to back it up into place. And getting close to this tree is something that it doesn't seem overly happy with. And away we go, down and seeding. Perfect. Oh, and wow, this tractor is a little bit low on fuel, so I'm hoping it's gonna have enough just to get this field finished, because even buying fuel at the moment is going to take valuable money away from what we need. And back in on the slight bit that sticks out here. And thankfully we won't have to do this again. So getting close to this tree. I mean, this is the thing. We've got a lot closer to the tree with this grass field than we did with the arable field, because I didn't want to have the grass. Well, I wanted the grass to be cuttable fairly close. I'm going to get this now, though, back to the yard, hopefully before it runs out of fuel, and then we'll get the last little bit rolled. I caught the wheels of the seeder right on the corner of our sorghum field there. Really unhappy with myself. Ended up taking out some of my crop, which, when every single little bit of crop counts, is not good. It's a tiny bit at the corner, but it's just enough to annoy me right there. You can see where the wheel went through and killed some of the crop. Not happy with myself for that. Otherwise, this seems to be going fairly well. We got the MB track back to the farmyard, so that at least didn't run out of fuel before we finished. And yeah, we're gonna have this all rolled in. The money's come in for the second batch of the silage for the second hour, and we're up to £25,000 now. I think that's still £1,000 shy of the smaller combine. So yeah, we're not got anywhere near as much money as I was hoping we were going to have going into the harvest. I think next time that likely means we're going to have to cut a couple of trees down, See if we can earn maybe 20 grand more just to get ourselves all set up. And if we can do that, that is going to be a very nice finish before we hit harvest. Thankfully, we have the time to do it. So all is not lost. There's still time to earn that extra bit of cash, but I'm going to have to do it in a way that I wasn't really planning to, and I was hoping I was going to avoid. All in all, today's been a nicely productive day though, so I'm going to give both of our tractors a quick wash down. I think we'll look at refueling the MB track once we've got a bit more money in, and just see where we are at that point. Don't think we really have a use for it till after harvest though, to be honest. We can do carting with the David Brown here. That will cart for us fine. Yeah, really that's it for today. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.